this is our first episode of KSVA TV Channel 20.
And I'm Zoe Silva.
Today we're going to talk to you about some amazing things like weather.
Or sports with Julie Russell, or traffic with Soraya Honahan.
Don't forget the interviews with Zach and Jack.
Oh yeah, they're just like two peas in a pod, aren't they? Wow, aren't I just hilarious?
Yeah, ha ha ha. Okay, let's get started.
Everybody, please say thank you to Mrs. Ford for coming all the way down to help us with this.
Make sure you get it over the bar.
And it is okay to cheer on your classmates as we cut Mr. Benton's hair. Let's see a haircut. Let's see a braid. There it is. All right, here we go. Here comes the next braid. Drum roll, please. There it is. Drum roll for Abigail. Here she comes. Abigail, 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 Abigail. Anthony, 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 Anthony. Oh, we have David.
On Saturday, we have a high of 91 and a low of 59. And on Sunday, a high of 93 and a low of 59. Again? Phew, summer flies so fast. Well, that's your weekend weather forecast. See ya!
Hello, Miss Chan and Miss Maskal. I'm Jack Dutton. I'm Zachary Allen, and today, well, Jack, you said it, we're sitting down with Miss Chan and Miss Maskal, the people in charge of KSVA TV Channel 20. This is the first time we've ever done an interview with, well, anyone from our staff. So we'll just get to the questions. What high school did you two attend? What was it like? And what was the discipline?
We attended Redwood High School. I was class of 1993, and Mrs. Maskal is a little bit younger, class of 95. Yes. And the second part of your question, what was it like? Well, it was a lot of fun. Redwood's a very big campus. My dad taught at Redwood when I was there, so I got a lot of hall passes from my dad and a lot of little special treatment situations for my dad. I was in band. I know.
You surely jest.
I don't. And I loved high school. I played volleyball. I played softball. I was active in different clubs. Let me think of what club I was in. I can't remember actually, but I'll bring my yearbook next time. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
Next time,
Mrs. Maskal, how about
this is
you?
a one-part interview.
So I was also really active, president of French Club, Key Club, which is like a community service thing. I was in choir. Yeah. We. I was in choir and chamber singers, drama, did the musical. I had the lead in the high school musical.
Oh, which one?
Guys and Dolls, my senior year. Yeah, something that's different. What you asked about discipline.
Yeah, discipline.
Now Redwood is fenced, has a fence all the way around it, just like how we have here at SVA, and students now cannot leave campus. But when we were at Redwood, students could leave. You could leave for lunch, or
I wish I went to Redwood
Yeah, you could leave without
could
having
leave.
to check out. Now you have to check out to get out of
and have
campus.
someone come pick you up. But then you could just leave for lunch with your friends, and then you come back.
Yeah,
Sounds fun.
I think there's a lot more security in high schools now, but not when we were in high school.
At this point, it would be the time to go to a commercial break, but we do not have commercial breaks, and we don't have any commercials.
Were you
So
guys
on to
friends?
the next question. Were you guys friends?
Well, Mrs. Maskal and I knew each other from way back in the 1980s. My mom had a store called the Blackboard Bear on Main Street, which is now Brewbaker's. No, it's now Visalia Brewing Company,
Yeah.
which is right next door to the picnic shop, which her family owns and owned then. And so we were both little kids hanging out, eating thrifty ice cream, going down the red slide on Main Street, which is now just a planter box, I think. But yeah, so we were friends then.
But Jack is giving us the next question. What was it like in the 80s? What did you guys wear? Like, what was the technology?
So in the 80s, so let's say in 1987 when I was in the 7th grade, I used to peg my jeans. And I don't know if your camera gal can get a shot of this, but I would fold it over like this.
Yes.
And I would roll it up like this.
Yes.
And that was called pegging. And I would put a safety pin in there to hold it.
Oh, I was
Right.
never that smart.
And then I layered my socks.
Yes.
Usually I'd have Keds on. And the layers would always, like, so if I had white socks and a red shirt, then I would make sure that the next color on my layers of the
Yes.
shirt was in a pattern. So white, red, so lots of layers. Jean jackets.
Slouchy socks,
Slouchy socks.
scrunchies, side ponytail, crimping hair.
Are you cringing at the crimping?
What did you do in your free time? Were you friends? And did you grow up in Visalia?
You guys really want to know if we were friends. I would say that we were friends then and we're friends now.
I heard something about a blackboard bear and fights.
Oh, the book Blackboard Bear is about a little boy that sort of gets ousted by his friends, and he has an imaginary bear.
But I think he's talking about your
Right.
father.
No. So
Your
yeah,
mom's-
that's separate from that book. Is how the story was named.
I was joking earlier that we were enemies. We were not enemies.
No, we weren't.
She was just a little bit older, so that when you're like really young, when someone's only a couple years older, you don't really cross paths as much. That's why SVA is cool that you guys double up on your classes, so that you can you meet the people that are a year older and a year younger. You were asking like what the 80s were like.
Yes.
There were, the technology was totally different. We didn't have the technology that you guys have. So, like, you wouldn't text your friends, or kids didn't really have phones. I eventually got a phone, like, when I was 14 or 15, I had a phone in my bedroom, a landline. But before that, like in middle school, I had to ask my parents and my family if I could use the phone. Like, can I make a phone call right now? Because we only had the one landline. So
If you were
would-
really cool, you had a remote phone, and you would walk around the
Yeah.
house with a remote phone.
yeah, but really early, you were tethered with that
Right.
cord.
Yes, and you also had to use payphones. If you didn't have a phone and you were out in the town, you'd go find a payphone. You might have seen them around. They're very, very rare now, but you would put a quarter in if you could make the call. But if you and you would dial the number and call. But if you didn't have any money, then you could call collect. I'll take that piece of paper because we're going to show how we folded notes.
If I can remember.
Oh, I remember. Yes,
Right?
She's got it. She's
Okay.
got it.
So, like, we couldn't text each other. There's, not at SVA. We're pretty good at SVA, but sometimes there's other schools that kids have their phones on them in class. What's next? This?
No.
No, you fold up first. So you'd pass notes in class, and this is how you fold your notes and make the flap.
And you would say, pull here.
Yeah, you do always put pull or an arrow.
Pull here, and then you would take the note out and you would read it. And do you still have some of your notes that you wrote in high
Yes.
school? Yeah. So I have some of my love letters that I kept, just silly notes. And of course, it was always we'd write notes during class. And so, you know, I'm a teacher now. This isn't my first rodeo. I know that kids probably still do notes in class, but now
They're
it's
not as cute.
They're not as cute.
What do you mean rodeo? This is in fact not a rodeo.
It's an idiom.
This is
And
Or-
so then, like, you
Give
would
me
write
my
your
sign
things
back.
like, do you like so and so? Check yes or no, and
Or
then you
maybe.
could- or maybe, yeah, or
Give me my
maybe.
picket sign
And then
back.
you might be like, explain, and then
My picket sign.
All right, so
Commercial for Thrifty's ice
thank you
cream.
so much for having us, you guys. This has been a pleasure to sit down with you and be on set. I've never been on set before. That's right.
and I have
Wait,
not
were you
either.
filming
I
today?
haven't been interviewed or anything.
Yes. This
An amazing first episode of KSVA TV.
first episode? Yeah.
Hey, CeeLo, want to hear another joke?
No.
Sure, why not?
What's a pepper that won't leave you alone?
I don't know what.
All up in your business! Ha ha ha!
Ha ha. Yeah. Yay. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.